Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And Charles, the Broncos, quite a circuitous route to get to the Super Bowl. They were winners of Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara, you remember, and then didn't make the playoffs the next 3 years, going a combined 20 and 28. But bottom line, here they are back in the big one.
Yeah, and this is their 9th appearance in the said big game. Think about that. Who has more?
Patriots.
Just the Patriots, and we knew that, of course. But they have won it 3 times. Twice under John Elway in the late 90s. And you remember, before he won those, people kept saying they couldn't win the big game with him as the quarterback. Well, he won it twice and put that to rest. And then they won Super Bowl 50 and John Elway in their front office, in their organization, for that win.
Meanwhile, the Buccaneers are back in the Super Bowl for just the 2nd time in franchise history. I know one thing, they'd love a repeat of that first appearance.
Would they ever? That was 2003 in San Diego. It was Super Bowl 37. They were the underdogs coming in against the Oakland Raiders, and they flogged the Raiders in that game, 48-21. You know what I remember most about that? John Gruden was the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he'd previously been the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. And during practice leading up to the game, he would play scout team quarterback and tell the defense all the characteristics and mannerisms of the Raiders quarterback, Rich Gannon, and had his defense totally prepared. And boy, did they play well and won their first Super Bowl title.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Now Luck. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now Luck. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
50, plant. 13 yards. Recon, 132 fighter. Fight.
Block now on first down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Mostert. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 22.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Protein spill.
Check out me.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. 22 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Back to the air, Luck on second down. Open man is Howard, the tight end. But he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. For the 50, it's Luck. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. To throw it is Luck. It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 42 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Luck going to throw, eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23.
Here's Locke. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill.
3rd and long. It's Locke. He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54.
No. Watch twins. Watch twins. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's Locke. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Check 15. Check 13. Check 13.
Slam. Watch out. Check 31.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Rush in. Shoot. Check 37. He's coming.
They are going for it. It's Locke. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd and 9, Locke. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Throwing his line. Pass incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A huge play there for Denver. 72 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Here's Locke to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away was Mike Edwards. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Mostert. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Check back 45, check back 45. Let's go, defense. Out of time.
Lock now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by McManus is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Mostert. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus's point after is good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A nice run on 1st down gets him 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 36. 3rd and 2. Lock's going to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Luck. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 62 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. On first down, it's Luck.
We'll definitely see some open running lane.
And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
A throw taken in by Hamilton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
This is Mostert. And he's got some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll run with Lindsey. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. 1 play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Airing it out for Hamilton. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Philip Lindsey, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Broncos push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lock. Open man here is Hamilton. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Lock now, 9 of 17 through the air. Lock now to throw. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he'll be out right at the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll actually throw it with Locke. He completes this to Sutton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Bravo!
On 3rd and 2, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let him know. 11B. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
15
On first down, Lindsey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Looking to throw on second down. Lock, screen pass to Lindsey. And the Lombardi Trophy goes west, and it goes to the Denver Broncos, your Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take